Documents, paperwork, paper documents. We think of them as something really arcane, like old school technology, pen and paper. In fact, pen and paper are very high tech. The whole infrastructure around them being functional is very recent. As Kevin Kelly has tried to get it with his notion of the technium, basically that's to have a very simple technology such as a ballpoint pen. You need to have a full infrastructure that is able to provide the basic components that the ballpoint pen is made of. Because it's a composite technology, it is not a simple one, it is not a basic atomic technology. It's not like pens are these natural kinds. You go and there's a pen tree, and you go to the pen tree and you grab your pen. There's a whole history, there's a whole human history of artificing, of developing of technologies that comes before the pen. There's the ink. That's what we're used to. But we do not use squid ink anymore. We use ballpoint pens. Then there's the rolling ball of the pen. Now that's a very interesting kind of technology. It wasn't developed up until mid-20th century, until in its more perfected forms by Bic, where pens could be mass produced. Now you can use a pencil, of course, but you wouldn't go and sign a formal document with a pencil. Why? Why is pencil not being considered as strong of a form of documentation as is a pen? And why is printing it stronger than what a pen can do? It's about permanence. Ink can, with water, can just like disperse, and pencil, it just can get erased very easily. In fact, if you want to sign a document, if you went to your local office and you had like a stone and you started like grinding it and just like trying to basically drill initials in a stone, that somehow feels a lot more real. Like you did something, that there's something really, that something has been really marked on that. So why don't we use stone then? Well, it's heavy, it's difficult, so it has weight, but we don't want weight, we want to be light. And that's the problem that we face, because we live in a regime of ubiquitous documentation. Yet, the forms of documentation are becoming more frictionless. And in becoming more frictionless, they make the quality of documentation weaker than pencil. Because just doing something completely online, just sending a form of line, writing something online, doesn't really have the same feel as actually printing the actual document. So there's things that are weaker than pencil. And what we're doing, going paperless, is weakening this whole process, this whole procedure that humanity has developed to preserve itself. So we're technologically backwards in a way. We're doing a disservice in ourselves if we think of permanence, if we think of weight, if we think of the importance of inscription, and we're fucking up. So here's the thing. If we had like stone and papyrus and ink and print and pens and paper and templates and documents and then digital typography, what is the next step of documentation? What is the next medium? What is a very future medium? You have audio recordings, you have video. You have screens. And we have memory. Do we really need the extra gadgets if we can directly tap into neurons? If we can directly tap into the body's own endocrine system? If we can tap into something even more subtle, the field itself, the situation itself, can it be recorded? A video doesn't do justice to it. You don't know what it is like to be eating spelt-based cornflakes, not cornflakes, cereal without any liquid, just by themselves at 2 o'clock in the night. Literally, the act of recording has shifted my whole metabolism, because before doing that I was like eating these things and just like being completely dozed off and lazy. And while recording, while trying to be on the flow, this completely changed these things. They do not hurt me anymore. I am invisible to cereal and carbohydrates. I can perform because I got the red light on. I don't even need to think. I don't need a buffer. Because I can see myself being mirrored in the screen as we talk. You can see myself the way I see myself. So it's all simultaneous. It's all happening now. There's no difference in time. And I guess this might be the most, for at least one person, the single most important realization they have ever made in their lives. That you are fully present. That I'm fully present doing this, and you're fully present watching it because I'm watching it. I'm watching the same video as you. So we're participating fully together. It doesn't matter that I'm on a screen, it doesn't matter that I'm speaking with a distance in time. That doesn't matter. What really matters is if we are able to capture the experience of eating spelt based, not wheat, but spelt based cereal in the middle of the night while doing a video and rambling endlessly without end. And the question would be then, why? And that's a really good question, because I have no good answer. But I still know that the future doesn't ask why. The future asks when.